Hey, everybody, and welcome to the show Eddie Murphy once called the only goddamn reason I have to rub my own nuts anymore. It's PubChat.
I can think of lots of reasons to rub his nuts.
$1,000?
Like a little genie. I've been rubbing these testicles for an hour, and still no genie has popped out.
Yeah, I think this setup is a little old and tired. Doesn't seem to be making anything anymore.
Yeah, the little genie's only got one eye. He looks sad.
Yeah. Oh, poor Winky's tired.
Oh, dear me.
So what are y'all doing out there? How's it going? What are you up to, Doug?
Yeah, you all checked for the toilets with any pythons?
Yeah. I'm still looking after that story, man. I just don't think I'd have advertised it, you know. Holy, I got my nutsack bit by a snake, so I beat it to death in my bathroom. That's a weird one, you know.
Yeah, honestly, it was a python.
Wow.
It's obviously just someone walked in on him, and he was just like, beating off his own little python with a.
Yeah, he might have been giving her the full four-knuckle shuffle, and all of a sudden it's like, it's like dangling a lure in front of a fish. His gonads are just going like this in the bowl, and right?
Could have been worse. It could have been like that guy who stuck the eel up his ass. Oh, got a python. Oh, yeah. I've got a brilliant idea.
Oh man, what if he had gone for the cave, just direct in, right? Oh. It launches in with those teeth to try to pull it out. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be horrible.
You gotta watch out when you bend down. When you got those little dogs, the little terriers that go racking. You bend down and just go, oh, I wonder if there's some rats in there.
Yeah, a cookie. Look, a bag of raisins. I gotta have that.
Oh dear. Anyway, sorry, what were we talking about?
No idea.
Oh dear.
Sometimes it's probably best to regroup when you start on the wrong foot, and I don't think our feet were on the ground for that.
I don't even bring my feet to the party. What was the point? Hey, I tell you what.
Clean them first.
I got a story for you. It's really, really exciting. You'll love this. Teresa in the chat here helped me out and got the new part for my freezer, and got it sent over from America. Well, I still had a problem with the freezer, and I needed to get like a new what's called the actuator pad, which is basically like a rubber thing that on the front with a little plastic wedge in it, and you press it, right, and it throws a micro switch. Yeah, right. It throws a little micro switch, and it makes the whole thing work. Now my one is a bit old, all right. I'm a bit like that too. You press it and it just like stays where you put it.
Not gonna do it.
It's supposed to like spring back and disconnect the switch and all this kind of stuff. So anyway,
spring back. Yeah, that was years ago.
I haven't got no spring back at all left. So yeah,
honey, relax, Jesus.
I found one in the UK and I ordered it, and a couple of days ago I got an email message saying, "Oh no, we don't have it, and it's not coming in."
I hate those people. Why are you wasting everyone's time?
Well, the funny thing is, the reason why I wasn't too worried about it is because I'd seen it on so many websites, and then I started looking through again. Okay, I'll have to get it from somewhere else, and it was like loads of places listed it, just didn't have it.
Yeah,
not in stock or on order.
Yeah,
and nobody had them. Nobody had them anyway. So I did find somewhere in America that had one, and
I can see where this is going.
Yeah. So I contacted Teresa again and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, but could you help me out with this thing again and order this?" And it was going to be like $50 for me to just get the part, and then obviously Teresa would have to send it to me, and I'd reimburse it for that. And she said, "Oh, it's just going to probably cost more than the actual part."
Yeah.
And so I said, "Okay, never mind." No, I'm
going to fly it over personally.
I'm going to have another look. So I took the whole thing apart and got the little rubber actuator bit, and I just looked at it and thought, yeah, just all it needs is a bit more springiness put back into it. So I went out to my shed and opened up this like little cardboard box of springs that I've had for like 30 plus years. It's hardly ever been opened. Opened it up, and there was like a quite a large spring with a large diameter that I could then put behind the actuated rubber bit and put it all back together again. Fucking works perfectly.
Oh wow!
It took me less time to repair it doing it using this method than I'd spent actually searching for a new part.
Wow.
It cost me nothing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
But I was saying this to my daughter the other day, because I'll tell you what, there was another thing I did. My wife had a wheelchair, an old wheelchair, and it needed a repair because there's like a pull cord on it that allows the seat to drop down, and it basically pulls these two springy peg things inside, so it allows the back to drop down. Now one side, half the mechanism was missing, and again I managed to repair it, because what I needed was like a threaded barrel piece of metal that they can then screw on the other side. It's very, very boring. But the point of the story is, I found an old broken truss rod end that you use for, the Allen key twisting thing. Yeah. So I chopped that bit off. So I now use it as a threaded barrel, and it was the perfect size for the thread.
Awesome.
And I used it to repair that. So here's the problem. This is what I'm trying to get to.
Like Tecmo, Muppets and all, man. Just out there fixing things, man.
No, but this is the thing that I'm trying to get to, is the fact that I've had these parts in a bucket of stuff, forever, right? And it was one of those sort of things where I realized that this is the plus side of hoarding. If I'd have thrown those bits out years ago, I'd have never have had them.
Yeah.
But
yes.
In fact, by hoarding, I've had the parts to repair. And now
you've done yourself and the world a favor by tech hoarding.
But all this is done is amplified my hoarding now, because I threw a chair out the other day, and it's one of those little reclining chairs, but it's got a big fuck off motor with a thread on it. The barrels. Now I took that out. I took that apart. I'm going to keep that. I have no idea what I'm ever going to use that for, but I'm keeping it, and I'm going to hoard it until 30 years down the line. There'll be a real flashbulb moment. I'll go, I know what I can use.
Yeah. I have a fancy digital control panel that's supposed to be for sprinkler timing, right? And I know that I can easily figure out how the wiring's working to make it time something else. And I've had it in the cupboard for like 2 years because I know its day will come.
I know. Well, I tell you what you could do. You could set it up behind you to switch all your USB things on and off at the right time.
See?
There you go.
Yeah, and then there's just one more reason I don't have to touch my phone, right?
It's funny, the shit you just keep just thinking, oh, that's got to come in handy someday. And then it does.
Yeah, and that day makes you happy, right? Because you know that you won. I want to play something here. Hold on. I just got to get it right. So I mentioned the channel Techmoan there. If you don't know Techmoan, I'm just going to play you like a 30-second clip, but he found these strange cassette tape, but weird cartridge, like 8-track cassettes, but small things that they used to put in the wall of a business, and it would play the recording of how you vacate the building in an emergency or whatever. And It took him so long screwing around to finally get the information off the damn tapes. And then when he made a quick recording so he could share it with everybody, he's got this thing where he has like puppets, Muppets, marionettes, whatever you're supposed to call those things. And he puts them in his videos, right? He's a funny old dude like my age. And, if you don't know him, it's Techmoan on YouTube, and he shows you crazy stereo stuff from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
He's like Dick, but professional, but technically proficient.
I don't know about that. I think I could fix shit better than him, to be honest. Oh yeah, I'd put my skills up, no problem. But let me just play you this clip, because what it is it's a clip of the audio he finally salvaged from these old cartridges, and it's this is a drill, this is a practice run, go to your station, whatever. But watch how he did it. It's freaking hilarious. Oh, and it doesn't want to work. Hold on.
Oh.
I set this up pre-show and now it's being a jerk. 1 second here. Here we go. All right. Okay. There we go. And this is hilarious. Let me make sure the audio comes through. Okay.
This is a drill. This is a drill. This is a drill. All occupants report to the nearest stairway exit door and await further orders. Do not enter stairway. This is a drill. This is a drill. This is a drill.
Actually, he's wrong. That's not a drill. That's a driver.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But he's funny, man. Yeah. I recommend him. I watch every one of his videos, even if I'm not interested in what he's talking about, because he's just good.
He just drew up some crazy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like he showed on one. It's called the Teffy phone, and it's like this little plastic loop but it's got the music on it. It's really, and it sounds like a plastic thing with music on it. It's terrible. And then he showed this other one. I can't remember what it's called, but the magnetics that make the sound are on a wire that just plays through a machine, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Yeah, he's got all of it. He says they're in his attic, and he lives in one of those skinny Europe homes, right? British homes. It's not like some, gargantuan Beverly Hills thing. There's no way he doesn't have a storage unit somewhere, because every video, oh, look what I bought this time.
And my wife has kicked me out again.
Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome, And he's got... Well, just to get, a little bit more nerdy there, Bobby, he's got a proper old school wow and flutter meter and tests everything in the whole bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's good.
There was a thing I saw today, which is an image of a record. It's like a microscopic level, so the record needle on the record. And it was showing you like the different pitch or the angle that some of the grooves are set at. So you got one angle gives you the right side of stereo, and the other one gives you the left side of stereo.
Right.
And it was like, oh my God, I never even thought about that. It's like, how the hell did you get stereo from a single needle?
Yeah, it's right. It's right. The volume up and down, stereo left and right. That sucker's doing a lot of encoding and whatnot, right? And it's amazing.
Embedded in plastic. That's all it is. It's like astonishing.
Yeah. Oh, I know. When you think about analog audio and how it's recorded and captured and played back and stuff, to me, it's way more impressive than just a chip that does it digitally.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah,
it's magic.
Yeah,
because it's digitally left and right. No problem. We do it, all the time. Like stereo images. Yeah, you just put one on the left hand side, one on the right hand side. This is just coming in from one information source.
Yeah,
and it knew how to separate it out.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love it. Had it been me, records were mono at first, right? So how do you make them stereo? Well, two stylus, two grooves. That would have been my natural assumption, not some crazy complicated. It'll sort itself out. Just
I always found just like the mathematics of audio recording just absolutely staggering when you think about what you're getting. Just say again from a record, and you're just getting like one bit of data every billions per second. But over time it has all the other instruments, all the other harmonics, all the little subtleties, all captured just in that one moment, and it's only by virtue of playing it does your ear manage to separate it all out, all the individual bits.
There's even more to it. So the lower frequencies start to become too much for a stylus, right? It's not going to happen. So they came up with a cool EQ curve so that you could suck the low frequencies out and put them back in reliably every time. And that's why a record player needs a preamp, right? Because it would have been too much, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And it's really amazing the way they all worked around that. Like, this isn't going to work. Oh, but we can make it. Right. I love that. It's like Jay Leno says, man, if you just let them do what they do, engineers will save the world. Just get out of their way,
Well, sometimes.
Yeah. When they're not doing it for one person's profit at the top of a company or shareholders. We should put that as the thing, right?
Talking to engineers, it was announced, I think it was yesterday, that NASA have decided that the astronauts are coming home in February. They're coming home on the next bus.
Yeah. That's, they go up for a test flight. Now they're missing Christmas with their families and everything. I mean,
They only brought one roll of toilet paper with them.
Oh, that wouldn't be. Well, dude's living in the science lab. He's probably like, really? I got what? 6 months of this?
Yeah. God, he must be bored. I've watched YouTube. I've done all of it now.
He's that guy that got kicked out by his wife. He had no job and she did. So he's on somebody's couch, right? That's,
Oh dear! At least get him to clean things up a bit, tidy up a bit. Just make yourself useful around here, would you? While you're here.
Yeah. So they said they're going to bring the storied capsule home on its own. I think that means they're going to watch it burn up in the atmosphere, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I do.
Because I don't understand that, because Boeing themselves said it's not capable of flying by itself.
That's right. So what they're about to do is sacrifice the craft just to see how much they can still control it as it literally just falls apart as it flies back, right? This is the,
It's like a normal Boeing flight then.
Yeah, pretty much, right? If you land and you're just hanging onto the wing for dear life, but otherwise okay, well, Boeing, consider it a win. Poor Boeing, man. Oh my gosh. Not poor Boeing, because they got into this themselves, but
I hope they stream that live. The return of the capsule. If
they do, we're gonna stream it live, but we're gonna call it the Fireball countdown, right? Because there's no way that thing is making it home. No way. The exactness needed for entry without burn up, as far as I understand, you're going to need the thrusters and booster and whatever the hell they want to call them that actually function.
What they should do is get the astronaut who's like stuck in the science lab, sleeping in there. What they should do is disconnect all the umbilicals and everything from the Starliner, and then just have him boot it off the ISS. A good kick.
That'd be funny. It'd probably have a better chance. Yeah. Mike 71 in the chat. It's the Gilligan's Island of rocketry.
Oh,
Okay, so what Mike 71 is saying is Boeing built the SS Minnow for space. Oh, that's funny. Okay, yeah. It's now the SS Minnow.
Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been an Owen Allen production. It could have been Lost in Space.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, you know, if the thrusters had gone south quick enough, they could have literally just been stuck in orbit needing rescue.
Yeah.
Right?
Just spinning around like a tumble dryer.
Yeah. Like the North Korean who landed on his own in For All Mankind.
That was brilliant.
That montage of him eating and everything, that was amazing. Oh, God, that's an amazing moment.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but it won't affect you until it doesn't. It's fine, right? I was careful about that, actually. Yeah. So funny. Oh,
I love the fact that he became like the fucking hero at the end of the season. He just like, amazing.
Yeah. It's funny how they actually integrated North Korea as cool in that show somehow.
It was so clever and so accurate as well.
In some ways, you know, let's not go into it. Let's not give it away.
Yeah, no, not giving it away, but accurate in a way that they were just like so separated from the rest of the station.
Paranoid and everything. Yeah. And at
the same time watching everything that was going on.
Exactly. Total voyeur action, right? Yeah, that's funny though. It's such a good show, For All Mankind. I can't recommend it enough. If you're one of the people that have access to our Plex server, it's in there. Enjoy it. Oh, it's awesome. You don't have to be a space nut to get into that show because there's so much going on with just the people. The fact that it's about missions to the moon and blah, blah, or whatever is almost irrelevant. It's really, really good.
I think it does help to be a bit of a space nut as well.
But I don't think you need to be.
No, I understand what you're saying, but there are sort of like, you know, parts of it that you go, you know, I understand this part of the story, the technology and what's going on behind it because of X, Y, Z that happened in the past, and you know,
it's an alternate. It's an alternate future in reality, so they can get away with shit like in 1969, dudes driving a 72 Corvette. That just fucks my mind up, right? Because I'm a car guy, but you got to let it go because it's not, you know, right? They get electric cars at different times and video conferencing and all. It's a complete alternate history. It's really cool. It's really cool.
That's always the fascinating thing about it is because, you know, people always said that, you know, the space technology stuff that comes from NASA just infiltrates down into the rest of society and science and technology and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and that show basically plays on that. You know, the fact that, you know, because the space race didn't end the way it did in our reality, because it carried on, a lot of things come faster.
Yeah, but not always truly better. Like sometimes earlier than they should be. There's if you're into retro tech and just his you know, pop culture things and whatnot, they slip a whack of shit in there and do it well. It's really cool. You remember Forrest Gump when they had like celebrities inserted in, you know, like he met, you know, like presidents and stuff and whatnot. There's a lot of that kind of manipulation in there. Oh yeah.
There was another sort of like alternate universe show. It was a bit like that. It was like set in the 50s, but people had flying cars and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what that show was called. I can't remember.
I should know this. Our chat will probably know.
I'm not even too sure what the story was about, you know, because I think it was just like about, you know, a couple of rival businessmen or something, and they just so happened to live in this
business and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea. Not the Jetsons.
It'll come up. It'll come up. There was another thing I wanted to get at. Oh, yeah. NVIDIA is up to their old tricks again. So NVIDIA over the years, they're the big graphics card maker and they do all the AI chips that everybody wants in the world and stuff. They've got this history where they'll re-release an older card a couple of years later because there's still a place in the market for it as a cheaper card. But they use different internals and it's not as good as the original one that they're supposedly re-releasing. They've done this over and over, and they just did it with a new release of the RTX 3050. And it's actually like 28 to 30% slower at times, usually about 22 to 25. And yet it's got the same goddamn name.
Why would they do that? Why would they change the parts? Is it because
cheaper?
Cheaper?
Yeah. Like it's got less, what do they call it? CUDA cores and less transistors and compute units or whatever. Like I saw some of the reporting on this on either Gamers Nexus or LTT or something. But some of the frames per second similar differences in the same game on the same computer, same hardware were shocking. It's terrible.
Surely they should be allowed to put the same number on it. Surely.
I totally agree, but they also do this with laptops. Like you can buy an RTX 4090 enabled laptop. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen an RTX 4090 graphics card, but it's like 4 inches thick and it's a full size, maybe 5-6 inches across or something with massive fans and the whole 9 yards. The damn thing weighs more than the laptop itself. There's no way
you have a big lap.
Yeah. But the 4090 they put in the laptop is far inferior. And the laptop manufacturers can set how much wattage the graphics card is going to get so that it doesn't overheat the chassis of the laptop itself. So you can have 5 different laptops that all say it has an RTX 4080 or whatever in it, and each one has a different level of graphics performance dictated to its hardware before you bought it. But as a consumer, you use that brand name to equate to, I'm getting a 4080. But an RTX 4080 laptop is as good as about a 3060 actual card. Yeah. That's just complete bullshit marketing. That's not right at all.
Kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of funny because I was listening to two of the lads, in the family, talking about building a new PC, and they're talking about components, and you get that component, then you got to get that component that's got to match up with that, and it's like mixing and matching and just getting everything just all cozy and just right. And I was thinking, fucking hell, I'll just buy a Mac and just let all them engines freak out.
Yeah, but you would never say that if you were actually a gamer, because you could spend like $5,500 on a high-end Mac Studio and you can play.
Oh, you wouldn't. No, but
that would be a waste of money.
No, absolutely. I'd never recommend someone to buy a Mac for gaming at all.
That's how I got mine. The dude wanted to be a game streamer, so he bought a fully loaded Mac Studio, $6,000, and within like 9 months, he had it up for sale, and I got it off him for half price because he needed a PC to actually play the games on, and then you don't need a high-end Mac to stream after. You can just, have a laptop. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It took him buying a Mac to go to the Apple store to find out what games were available for it. And he's like, oh,
this sucks. Yeah, but for me, it was an M1 Ultra Mac Studio with 64 gigs of RAM and big storage and stuff for like 3,000 Canadian, right? So that's like, $90 US, maybe 50 quid.
See, in some ways, I'm surprised that gaming hasn't like taken off on the Mac a little bit more, and I realize it's just down to numbers. when it really
No,
just
it's
comes
not
down
even
to
that. It's Apple has no commitment to the gaming community, and as such, they are not putting the resources into it, except for the odd mobile game and whatnot. I mean, you can see it. When
They do bring
Apple
up.
when Apple finally did this new Metal graphics language, some people went, "Oh, okay, now we can actually get some performance out of your stuff." And there is more, but they've got to do better. Like even my M1 Ultra with its high core count graphics CPU was only about as good as like an RTX 3060 when the 3090 was out, because that's about the time frame for this, right? It's just not enough still. Apple always does this.
Yeah, but no, I'm just saying though that, but you know, the Eve Online, and that's kind of like written for the Mac, isn't it? And it's phenomenal.
Halo was originally written for the Mac until Microsoft bought them.
No, but Apple do this every time they have one of their big, you know, what do you call them? Not this. I keep thinking of conventions. I got the fucking the Democratic National Party conventions like stuck in my head. Yeah, no,
their product rollouts, their conference things, the keynotes.
Keynotes. That's the word. That's the word they use. Keynotes. Yeah, because every time they do a keynote, they always have like some drag some gamer out or some game industry person to say, oh, how great the Mac is, and we're going to be working so hard to make these. Mac. And
how much did they pay that person? Yeah. But, now that Apple is doing Apple Silicon, they probably have enough people saying, look, your Metal graphics language is actually good. Just give your goddamn users the hardware, you morons, right? It's got to be getting into their heads by now.
Yeah. Little game console. Again. Let's try that again.
Oh, yeah. Call it the Pippin. That'll sell well.
Call it the schlock.
Yeah. I got a couple of shout outs to do here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not loud enough. Doggy came in with a Ko-Fi coffee. I don't donation. Yeah, it says put it where you need it most. Oh, by the way, we're sponsored tonight by Fistit and one other sponsor, which we'll get to. And $10 direct donation there, Doggy. Thank you very much. And we also got Bobo Uzula in there with becoming a shill master, no less. So, hey, cool. Thanks, everybody. Love having new family members, and cash for what's needed is always welcome around here, because I think at average we're supporting 3 fundraisers at a time. So, sometimes more, every now and then you get excited and go, oh, we'll help with that. Oh, shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Papa needs a brand new bag.
But thanks, everybody. Big thanks.
We had a quick question in the chat from Duncan Stewart. It says Dunk was on Beetlejuice. Technically, I was on Beetlejuice. He says, did you meet Winona Ryder? No, I didn't even meet the people I was working with. Kept in the vacuum.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not allowed to say, because of a piece of paper he signed, that he met her once in the bathroom, but she was sober enough to get home. So
yeah, she bit my testicles and I had to beat her with a brush.
Yeah. She must have still been in character. Nobody really knows, right? There was a few other things I wanted to get to as well that happened during the week. Oh, shoot.
You've forgotten now.
Yeah, I tried to make notes tried to remember to make a few notes this week, but is the all, I didn't.
You should make a note to remember to write notes.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll use a reminder to remind myself to make a reminder to.
Yeah, we'll just get a big fucking Post-it pad stuck in front of your monitor that says write notes.
Yeah, I should get a baseball cap that has them hanging down in front. Shouldn't impede my vision at all. That'd be good. We got.
We'll get you one of those little tape recorders you used to have. You know, like you need to go. Oh, note to self. Blah 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 blah. Remember to do this.
Yeah.
Do old school style. You'll probably use one of them.
I probably would. Right. That way, it wouldn't go to an AI. Right. I mean, now that everybody's sticking AI in the cell phones and everything, I don't want to upgrade. I'm going to upgrade to the last, because right now I have like an iPhone. I think it's an 11. So it's going to get outdated soon. And I'll update to whatever one before the one that just came out that has this AI enabled in it. I'll go to the one just before.
Yeah, you'll update to a Motorola Razr.
Yeah. No, I like a few features of being in the Apple ecosystem. Very few, but there's a couple, like my watch unlocks my computer and a few things like that I really like, you know. I like that very much. I don't have to type in passwords all the time. Whenever I need a password, I just click, my watch vibrates, I double tap the button, and it's all unlocked.
Yeah.
I like that very much. I don't like the fact that it's actually unreliable at giving me SMS text messages. The single most important job a smartwatch has, right?
What happens if you want to get on your computer and your watch battery's dead?
I never had a watch battery dead because mine doesn't do a lot, right? I don't let a lot of apps even bother it because I just don't want it, you know?
he's never charged it up ever.
Well, my son has that watch that tracks his heart rate and stuff and fall detection and whatnot, you know. And the main reason I got this watch was so that if my phone was on a dresser and I forgot it, this and the phone are connected Wi-Fi, and I have a nice proper third-party router with like 6 big ass antennas and stuff. So I get signal everywhere. And if it ever went off, I would still get a notification, right? That's the only reason I bought the thing. Mine's older, but it's still up to date. So, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the last thing I need is it trying to track more health things for me. You know, what's it going to tell me every day? You're unhealthy. Yes, I know. Fuck off. You know,
I'm surprised you even bothered to wake up today. You're so unhealthy.
Yeah, exactly. You need 5 days of rest.
Yeah, you should be dead.
Yeah, probably, you know. We got a $25 super chat in from Cypher in the chat there. Well, since you probably will be demonetized, here's a couple of bucks. Slava Ukraine, your own Slava. That's fucking hilarious. I don't even think we turned on monetization. If it did, it was an accident. I forgot. Yeah, wait a minute. Where do I find that? Hold on. Because we have another sponsor in for the show today as well. We'll get you the link here in case you want to go and check this out. But where did it go?
Gone.
Yeah, here we go. This is Trumpy Trout.
Yay!
That's Trumpy Trout. Now, I'll get the website up after so you can see their little promo video. And
hang on, you got to keep that up for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, man, you're going to do it?
I'm going to try it.
Okay. This will be freaking awesome. Oh, wait, Bobo, it's coming.
I'm not even too sure it's going to be able to figure this one out.
Oh, I hope so. I'll get the website up as well. Where is it here? Okay.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Did you get it?
Hello, this grumpy face now. I just know how to figure it out. Looks like some kind of strange pig with a fucking cocaine addiction. I've lost my nose.
It looks like you're having a stroke, but you're hanging on somebody's wall.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll get rid of that. That was I had to try.
That's funny. Okay, I think I have the audio enabled. So their little promo video is 2 minutes here. That's about as big as I can get it without it screwing up. I don't ask. Okay, it's I'm having an issue with this browser, but here we go.
I gave you the link on YouTube as well.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, send it over, and I'll play it that way then.
Okay,
all right.
Let me just find it again.
Let me see if I can. Sorry, everybody. I had no idea there was a better way to do this. I can't figure it out. Okay. We'll wait for Dunk here. But oh, everybody needs a Trumpy Trout in their life. Trust me. This is just awesome.
Okay.
How's it going? Did you find it?
I got it. I'm coming back to the green room.
Yeah, because I got instant click open here. I'm ready.
Okay, right. You ready?
Okay.
Now, a message from the 45th President of the United Ponds of America.
Let's make fishing great again, okay?
He's here, everyone's favorite fish, Trumpy Trout.
No one has ever seen a fish like me.
Trumpy Trout is an animatronic talking fish with a big personality.
I am the hugely bigliest fish in the pond.
Watch his fins flap and his large mouth move as he makes speech after speech in high-fidelity sound.
Some bass are bad fish, crazy fish, criminal fish, and druggy fish. But some bass are good fish, and I only love some of them.
Mount him to your wall or use the built-in stand to display him proudly on your desk. Now you'll never miss a Trumpy Trout rally.
I'm building a new pond, and the bass will pay for it.
Set him to motion activated to surprise his fans. Fans.
My fins are big. I have the biggest fins. No fish have fins like me.
Or turn him on and let his inspiring words delight the crowd.
All the fish love Trumpy. They just love me.
Catch Trumpy Trout for yourself or someone you love.
Oh, they can try, but they can't. They just can't.
Treat yourself to this limited edition Trumpy Trout for just $59.99. It comes with your official Make Fishing Great Again certificate of authenticity. Order right now and we'll instantly upgrade you to the deluxe version with desktop stand and Trumpy Trout jingle free.
He is the greatest trout without a doubt, the biggest fish.
And for even more fun, we'll give you a discount when you buy more than one.
We got the shoreline secure. No bass in this pond.
Supplies are limited, so don't miss your chance to hook the greatest fish of all time.
I am the greatest trout, and there is no doubt.
This is a limited edition collectible from Top Dog Direct. Order now at TrumpyTrout.com. That's TrumpyTrout.com.
And thank you for our sponsors tonight.
Just go to TrumpyTrout.com. I don't know if there's really one for sale there or not.
They exist.
But I think they're real. Yeah,
it is real. It is absolutely real. And what is funny is people aren't entirely sure because it might actually be pro-Trump, even though it doesn't look like it. The company is a kind of like pro-Trump, and
depends on who's making the cake, right?
It's I love it. Get discount for buying multiple purchases. What?
Yeah.
Why would you buy one?
Yeah.
Collectible. Oh my god, that is definitely collectible. Yeah, I can just see it on the tables of all your boot sales, your yard sales in the future. Yeah, for $1.
Oh my god. What do you want for graduating the 3rd grade, Jimmy? Trumpy Trout.
And you can't tell me that no one's going to just try sticking their cock in that.
Oh, Jesus. It's going to be a hospital pandemic. Well, I don't know what happened, but I was skull fucking Trump and
we got another one. Put him on the Trumpy Trout ward.
Yeah, I'd be like a triage for Trumpy Trout accidents.
Oh dear God!
Oh, that was some funny stuff.
Better than Biden on a stick, I suppose.
I read a thing. I think it was in the National Post. It's a hard right news source. At least they seem to be. So I think I'm right in Canada. And the guy says, I predict that Biden will pass away before the next 4 years of office is done. So that it kind of, what the guy was getting at was that had Biden stayed in the race and won, the odds of him making it through his presidency were slim. I think that's a pretty grim way to look at things, but
pretty accurate, probably.
I mean, he's not young. And imagine had he, sadly passed away while being in office, the other side with their attack posture stuff would have been, you're not a real leader. You weren't elected. It would have been horrible. So maybe the whole thing with Biden relinquishing the race was good on multiple reasons, not just because now the Democrats have momentum, but, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, when you're 82 years old, you're not exactly the sure bet to be around for 4 years, right?
No, I know.
Let's just,
It's like, when you go to visit Grandpa and you think, could this be the last time?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Right?
Give him an extra special hug, just in case.
Yeah. Oh shit! I broke his arm.
I broke his neck.
Yeah. Oh.
Mm.
But
the thing is, Kamala Harris. I mean, how old is she? I know it's rude to ask, but
late 50s.
Yeah, I mean, people die in their 50s too.
Oh yeah, right. Unfortunately, people, can, things happen all the time. But my point is, when you're 82, the odds are always worse for you than somebody in their 50s or whatever. I mean,
Jesus Christ, though, could you imagine if he got through and he goes, you know what? I'm going for a third term.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, dear, now you're pushing it.
Yeah. Yeah, 94 years old,
I think I could do another term.
That would be like, what's his name from the Federal Reserve? Isn't that Greenspan or whatever? I mean, I think he was in charge there until he was about 112.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Some, dude that seems to be important. No.
Oh.
I think that was his name. I can't remember.
Was his Christian name, dude that's important? Some dude that's important.
Scientology, but
it's Korean. Some dude.
Yeah.
Dude is important.
The Croton chat, Snake Plissken 2024. Get a new president.
Oh dear.
That's a funny one. There's a few other things that kind of annoyed me during the week that we didn't get to that were, basically us getting screwed. There was another company that decided that they were going to take a free app and turn it into a moneymaker, and everybody just lost their shit. Oh, yeah. It's a company that does like smart bassinets, swingy things with lights and sound and all that shit for babies. And
really?
It has a heavy app that does a lot of the features. And from now on, if you're a new user registering a used one, you're not going to get half of the features without having to pay up. Even though the original owner didn't have to pay up to get those features. Like they're doing that thing like that bicycle company where they're using used sales as a way of making money again, right? It's a joke.
The thing is, I can see, you can imagine that it's not quite the same as a person bike because, I can imagine the lifetime of that sort of device in the household, with a baby, it's what, a year, 18 months a push before you hand it on to someone else who's just had a baby. You go, yeah. So they're going, wait a minute, we're not even earning enough money off subscription because people are only using it for like 18 months.
Right. But there's still, the idea is sell the hardware and have a subscription long term, because Wall Street likes subscriptions as a revenue source these days, right? So all they had to do was keep taking the subscription from people, but now they're doing it so they get less of the apps unless they pay more again.
Well, hang on, what the fuck does it do? Because, babies, you can just show them a shiny set of keys and they're happy. Well, what the fuck does this do? Like, does it get into their brain and teach them shit or something?
I don't know. I don't get it. When I was a kid, my dad knew that I would be into like planes. He couldn't find that. So he bought one that was like blue that spun on a battery, and it had, stupid crap on the end. And he just bought me some Matchbox planes and tied the damn things where the other things were. And I had planes, right?
Yeah, my mum and dad used to just let the spiders dangle down from the speeding, so I could play with those.
That's funny. Explains a lot.
Yeah, got bit by one. Look at it. Turned me into a
newt.
Turned me into a newt. Got better.
There's always room for a Monty Python joke. They land everywhere.
I can't believe that though. Just like fucking baby's toy with an app service that you have to pay.
I know.
This is fucking nuts. Come off it.
I know. When my son was young, we had video baby monitors that had a pad to detect heart rate and stuff, like real complicated thing. And it just worked off its own wireless. It didn't need cell phones or apps or subscriptions or anything. And it worked great. And when we were done with it, people wanted to pay us some for it because, it was bought for us. It was $400 or whatever. And, somebody got it used for like $100 from us or whatever, right? Nowadays, that's all gone because it's all based on the cloud so that they can A, farm your data, and B, get a recurring revenue source from you. No one will build gear like that anymore because they know there's more money to be had.
You'll probably find that the original item that you're talking about that you sold on is probably now going for $400 again because it's like, it's not,
exactly.
You're free. Exactly. You're not connected to any service.
Yeah. Like for me, I've got 2 little security cameras at home. And I didn't want to have I'm farming your data for China cheap ass system or some Google system that's just farming my information as well. But since I have a server running Unraid, don't worry if you don't know what that is. It just means I can run cool stuff on it. I was able to run my own IP Internet Protocol camera software and just buy cameras that don't need to connect to anything except that server. And they run on their own intranet, so there is no internet. But I can still go through the server internet-wise, and it works awesome. And you can, like, I've got a decent server, but I mean, you can just buy an old $100 Dell, throw a hard drive in it for $40-50 used or something, and boom, you got one, right? It's actually easy.
You should do a video.
Yeah.
Dick's tech moan bit.
You remember back when Apple had Back to My Mac before the cloud?
Oh, that was so good.
Any Apple product you had, as long as you were signed in, could literally through like a tunnel VPN like service, kind of like Cloudflare or whatever it was, you could just simply get back to your computer to get your files. But once everybody realized there was money to be made on the cloud, that was all gone. And now it's iCloud, but you only get 5 gigs unless you pay us.
Yeah. Oh no, it was so clever. It is amazing because you not only you get your files, you could open up your computer. You could actually, I'd actually have a look at my computer at home and I'd be opening up and sending stuff to like a renderer, so it will render stuff on my computer at home.
Yeah.
And I can just bring it back into my other computer at work.
I knew, back then, I knew people that bought the Mac Minis of the day just to run as file servers at home, because Back to My Mac made it so that it was like having secure corporate access and all that crap. It was unbelievable. And now it's all gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. You know,
it was sad they took that away.
Yeah, that was one of the best things about Mac at that point. I remember hardcore rubbing that in people's faces. You know,
when you haven't said that, I do love iCloud. iCloud is fucking amazing, because it doesn't matter what computer happens, even my computer just blows up. But because what I was doing at one point was putting all my data for my work into an iCloud folder.
Yeah,
and you're just talking about the data part, not the actual film footage or anything like that. So it's small files. So it was just on the iCloud. So it didn't matter if my machine suddenly blew up the next day. I could be back up and running again, within hours. Just getting a new machine. iCloud. I mean, obviously, it's just the same as having like backups and all that kind of stuff. We should do.
Yeah, but there's
so clever.
There's heavier integration on the more personal levels that makes iCloud actually a little bit better than your average cloud. Mm-hmm. But even better was just not having to duplicate in everything and just have access, right? I run my own cloud now because of this server, right? So I like that very much. Password manager, the whole bit. It's really cool. Not to get too techie here, though.
We are starting to get down that road.
If you ever want to learn any of this stuff, I could do like a private VC where I explain some of it in case you want to get into it yourself. It's really easy to do.
Just do a video so you don't have to explain it once. Yeah. No, I was going to ask you, what is your favorite wire?
Wire?
Yeah. What's your favorite wire? You like a particular gauge? Do you like it screen? Just do you like the bound copper, or do you like the solid copper?
I would like. I think my favorite would be a solid core 8, easy to strip, can handle quite a bit of stuff when you need to, but at the same time, it really tucks into the panels of a car and whatnot.
Good for poking things with as well once you strip it off.
Yeah. But if you need it to be more flexible, maybe not a solid, but like in a dash where you don't want things bounding around, a nice solid that's been shaped properly is the way to go. I've installed a few stereos. God, I laughed when I saw that Trumpy trout the first time. I got the picture in front of me. I got to move it because I can't see anything else in my brain but his fucking fish lips.
And of course, there was Trumpy Bear before that.
Yeah.
Oh God. What was it? What was the fish? Was it Billy Bass? Billy Bass the fish? Don't worry, be happy. Well, everybody had it for like.
Yeah, Billy Bass. That's kind of that does sound about right.
It came in the same era as those, like the dancing sunflowers and shit like that. It's like once somebody brought that out, it's like everybody had like 1,000 variation knockoff copies.
Yeah, that was funny. But, it was the original to hit it, right? Now it's just everywhere, everything. Yeah.
No, I just think it's funny that, you walked into, just imagine the kind of, dare I say, twat, who would be the kind of person who's got like the Billy Bass, hanging up on the wall. Yeah. And, your friends come round and they just like.
It's happened to me.
It just brings them into the room and just like points, look.
I had a friend who made sure it was by the front door, so when you walked past it, it would activate. And I remember looking over, and I was like, "Oh dear Lord!" And he's like, "Isn't it amazing?" No, it's not.
Yeah, but when it got to the point where everybody's got one, and it's like, I got one.
He got his like 5 years later and still thought it was cool, right? Well,
I mean, I suppose now, if you got one, it'd be like, it would be cool.
Is it retro cool now?
Yeah.
Has it been long enough?
Yeah, I suppose it would be. But no.
I'd rip it off the raw wallet and fucking stomp on it. It's awful.
But people would hack it these days. There's probably be like entire YouTube
Talk like
channel.
Trump.
There'll be an entire YouTube channel talking about how to hack your Billy Bass fish into something else.
I bet it's out there.
You were talking penis.
Yeah. Put Charlie Brown in there.
Oh dear.
Put some Trump quotes in there. That'd be hilarious.
Hannibal Lecter. He's my favorite actor.
Yeah.
Such a great guy.
Oh. What's his name there? Andrew Tate. He's now up on charges involving minors as well. And there's some photos up on the internet if you want to find them. I'm sure you can, where they were clearing out his garage, a couple of Ferraris, a Lamborghini and stuff. It's all impounded and confiscated now.
I thought they got rid of all that before. What, has he got new ones in between?
Well, he was out and again, house arrest or stuff for a while or whatever it was. But now with the new charges, he's all back in custody, right? But I think those cars, because they're going to get auctioned off, right? He's going away for a long time. Who would want to have Andrew Tate's old car? They're going to be really cheap.
Yeah, it's like there was a story about was it Donald Trump or the VP wannabe guy? JD Vance. They chartered a flight. And it turned out to be one of Epstein's old planes. It's like, whoa. It's like if you got
turn a black light on.
Yeah, no, it's like if you got one of Tate's cars. No, what you want to do, what you should do, is just like put it through a chipper.
Oh, just light the interior on fire and start over.
Just burn it, put it through a chipper, squash it into compress it into a little cube. It should be stripped for parts, and the entire body and interior and everything should just be burned in a fire, and just sell the engine and stuff, right? Because they're not responsible for the, Yeah, no, but even better to do it in front of Tate. Actually, make him watch it be disassembled. Yeah, thrown in the garbage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would taste good. Who wants to see that, right?
You'd have to pin his eyes open, like in Clockwork Orange,
Yeah.
Watch your bitch. Watch.
I often thought of this. Oh God, can I do this or not?
Yeah, do it. If you don't, tell me what it is, and I'll do it.
Okay, so back in like the 70s, you would get dudes and they'd see somebody from Asia, and then they would pretend to speak the language and get it really wrong and think they were funny, right? And that doesn't really sell these days, right?
No.
But can you imagine when McDonald's was first branching out, and some dude in Asia is working at a McDonald's, and some white dude tourist comes in and goes, "Oh, blah, blah, Big Mac and whatnot." And he turns around to his buddies and goes, "I would like a Big Mac."
He's being racist. Look at him doing the old open eyes thing.
I hope they were doing that, man. I hope they were laughing their fucking heads off as well.
Brilliant, yeah. But you have to reply to them. You have to do the slanty eye thing with your eye.
No, come on now.
The racist battle of races. Oh no, we're gonna have to black up now. Oh no, it's all gone wrong.
It's just one of those things, man. It'd just be hilarious to see some footage of other people doing that kind of crap, right? That'd be hilarious.
I love it. I love it when there's like you have black comedians and they'll go a white face. And it's fucking hilarious because they can't get in trouble for that.
I was just gonna say, what about in like France? Can a black guy be a mime? I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Oh yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I bet they just clowns in general. Because they always put like the white makeup on the faces, and I'm sure you get black clowns. I'm sure you do.
Clowns that get drunk before noon should all be shot.
Oh, just clowns in general should be shot as far as I'm concerned.
I hate those drunken, creepy clowns. They freak me out.
Well, they're all creepy. I
know.
I remember like some church do. I was at when I was a kid, and we're always like all the kids are all sitting at the tables, and some fucking clown comes in the room. That was it. I was straight under the table. I was like, yeah.
I know a guy that freaking hated them when we were young too.
I know that was before the days of Jimmy Savile. So he's like, you just knew there was something not quite right about these people.
I remember growing up, there was never once a clown at a birthday party, and then I started seeing that in movies and stuff when I got a little bit older, and I was thinking to myself, who would be stupid enough to hire a clown?
Yeah, so it's bad enough having a crappy magician. Never mind somebody like just as a clown.
Yeah. Yeah, some dead bird falls out of a hat. Nobody needs that.
Bloody clowns and their buckets of confetti where they're pretending to be water.
Oh, yeah. Or when they actually just hit you with water and just bop them one. What the fuck is wrong with you, asshole?
That's why they've all got big noses or big red noses. People keep them.
No, that's because they drink so much. Their schnoz is all fucking nasty and red and, vodka nose, right? That whole Russian look, Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking about Russian circuses.
Yeah, Russian circuses are the ones where the people get whipped more than the animals.
And you're not allowed to talk about the circus afterwards.
Yeah. Under threat of death.
Yeah, no bad reviews. They'll come for you.
Fuck did we get on this?
I don't know. You brought up clowns for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like McDonald's as well. With the Ronald McDonald. That whole iconic sort of thing.
Yeah.
Did nobody look at it at all and going, this is a bit creepy. This is a bit freaky.
I bet he drove a van that had a full shaggin' wagon interior and the whole bit going on.
Yeah, free candy written on the side of it. Yeah. It wasn't just Ronald McDonald. It was all the other characters they came up with. It was like an attempt to be like the Muppets or Sesame Street, but with freaks, freaky characters, and I suppose you put a clown in charge.
Now, what the fuck was Grimace? What the fuck was Grimace?
I don't know what any of them were.
It was like some rotten milkshake thing that just blobbed around. What the hell was that?
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed to be like a crowd of like deranged Batman villains.
Adam West would approve.
I need to beat the crap out of them.
Even though I got a beer fridge, sorry, I need like 1 minute here. Hold on.
Oh, going for a shit. Watch out for snakes. Yeah, there's only one snake he has to worry about. I would say it's a hooded cobra, but I'm not going to say that because that would just be crass. Yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. crazy McDonald's characters, stuff like that. Yeah, no, I never really understood that. But the thing is about Ronald McDonald. What? Why? When did it ever seem to be like a good idea to have people like dressed as clowns? Yeah, it's like weed creeps talking about chitty chitty bang bang clowns. God, that film freaked me out when they're doing the whole thing with well, not only do you have the child catcher, which is like that sexual predator in movie form, creepy as hell, but you did have that scene with Dick Van Dyke and the lady, I can't remember her name, where they're doing the whole sort of like act when he's pretending to be a clown, and it's just like, oh no, even as a child that freaked me out. And the thing is what happens is adults think children love clowns, and I mean, you tell me, you guys in the chat, were you ever like into clowns, in that kind of form as a kid? I always found them creepy, scary, and and not to mention not particularly very funny. We won't get into that. I won't do a review of clowny comedy slapstick because it was just it was just never funny. I prefer Laurel and Hardy, and they didn't have to go with the whole white face makeup and stuff. They were just funny guys. You know what I mean? But clowns. Kraut says hated clowns. PJ says I saw clowns at the circus when I was super young. They're okay, but I wasn't exactly into them. I know. Do you know what I mean? It's just like they're not even that great, but they seem to be like a core part of. I must admit, I have never been to a circus, a live circus. I'm kind of glad because it was just never my thing, and it is just like one step up from a freak show. And the only thing I would be interested in going to see a circus about would be the animals. Now, obviously, circuses these days, or quite a few years, have taken animals out of the equation. So what you're left with, people who can throw things up in the air and catch them, and clowns. And quite frankly, you can take the clowns out and that's it. Job done. Might just go and see a street performer.
Okay. I don't know how to come in there. Yes, I do. Petra Olson, super chat. With love to Ukraine. Thanks, Petra. Big thanks. In the pilot goes. Did I miss anything else over here? What the hell were you on about there?
Missed me, yeah, missed me too. No, I was just asking the chat about what they thought about clowns, and it's just like everyone's going,
fuck clowns,
yeah. Oh no, I was asking them, even as a child. I mean, clowns are an adult invention, thinking that children will love them, and I can't imagine any children.
Think Stephen King got clowns right.
Well, that's the only time you ever see clowns in a sort of reality when they're scary, they're creepy, they got some motive behind it. And it's not just it. You see clowns being used in horror quite a lot, and there's a damn good fucking reason for that, because they're creepy,
or like
scary, psychotic.
Yeah, or like in South Park, he's just a greedy drunk asshole, right?
Nearly got some of that in my mouth.
South Park, The Simpsons. Yeah, The Simpsons. Yeah. Whatever. Cartoon reality. Yeah.
I'll probably just like torn some people's perspective apart, saying, South Park, Simpsons, same thing. No, it's not.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm not a huge animated person, but I did watch the first 10 seasons of South Park. But when it started to get very current affairs and political and stuff, well, a lot of times it's American current affairs. And I didn't even understand what they were talking about in the episode because it never hit our news that much or whatever, and it just, I couldn't follow along. I just kind of faded out.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, really.
But in the early days, it was just, the weirdest thing to see on television. How the hell did this get on TV? What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You know, the first one I ever saw was that Cartman gets an anal probe. The first time it was shown in Canada, and I just was blown away. It's like, what the fuck? Man?
Well, how did he get an anal probe? And I can't.
Yeah.
Without
Can't give it,
begging.
can't take it.
I have to pay extra for that on my health service.
Yeah, this was pre-internet, so you had to get these services in person, you know.
Mm.
But that was funny, you know. Simpsons had a bit of that in the beginning, right? You know, a little bit crash, but not like South Park came in with. That was just crazy.
Oh no, they just came in like, you know, full fisted.
You know.
I mean, even like things like Family Guy and American Dad, you know, they try to get near to the knuckle, and sometimes they kind of like cross it.
I don't even watch them. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sure you don't, but nothing like South Park. South Park just like went all in, balls burning.
Yeah. Jesus had a public access talk show on PBS, and you know, he lived in town. Like, it was crazy, right? The teacher that was obviously still in the closet and not admitting it, and had the little puppet. I mean, it was just crazy, man. You know?
Yeah. Just didn't care. Brilliant. And we needed stuff like that, though. We just like, I mean, I suppose not even now more than ever, because, you know, a lot of people are saying that comedy has been eroded by wokeness and all that kind of, that kind of talk. And it's, you know, you even see the old Pythons, you know, especially, you know, John Cleese. He has to get put his fucking soapbox and have a shout about it every now and then. Yeah. Just to remind us that he's still alive. But you know, there is a certain kind of like truth to it. And comedians, a lot of comedians these days, a lot of their material is about how they have to dance around
exactly,
you know, issues.
Yeah,
and it's great when I see like old clips.
Oh yeah,
so, when you see oh Jesus Christ, what's his name? Stuart Lee, and he's going to do a bit I'm going to have a go at the Muzzies now. And it's utterly brilliant, because what he ends up doing is having a go at the people who wants him to have a go at the Muslims.
Yes, exactly.
but even that is still years old, because you can imagine that, you know, even for that time, it was kind of like, you know, biting.
Oh yeah,
you have to be even more careful about that now.
Yeah,
and a lot of that goes on.
Yeah, it'll slowly come back once people in the fight the good fight camp realize that there's not quite so much fight to fight with the general public. It's with people specifically who haven't caught up, right? You know, comedy is comedy. Being a jerk to somebody is being a jerk to somebody. There's a difference, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it is interesting when you see like two comedians from the same period doing basically the same material, but from a different point of view. Yeah. Where one is you're having a joke at the situation and a joke about, you know, the what's being addressed, and the other person is just having a go.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how many of the older classic comedians that set the bar as the generations went on would be canceled right now, but they didn't actually mean to anybody. It was just the time they were in, and you know.
Well, it's like Benny Hill. I saw a thing about Benny Hill yesterday, and you know, Benny Hill became like massively loved in the US.
Oh yeah,
I don't know about Canada
because of the nudity.
Yeah, the stuff that made him popular is the stuff that would cancel him now. And let's be basically barefaced honest. It was pretty disgraceful what he did.
Quite a.
You know, once you strip that's a pun. Once you strip all that away, there's not much funny left.
Yeah, there's an old TV show called Bizarre. It's from Canada,
Yes.
early 80s. And they had a skit called The Bigots. And each family member was either like Jewish, Irish, whatever. And every line of the skit was just making fun of the next person. It was unbelievably funny to me as like an 8-year-old or whatever. It would be offensive as all hell now, but I'm not sure it should be, because it's obviously making fun of people who try to use behavior like that to hurt.
Yes.
Right? That's what it's doing. It's showing you how stupid you are. Right?
And that's exactly the kind of comedy that would, like you say, does kind of like get cancelled and woked away. But that's the kind of comedy we need to retain. We need, like I always say, a bit of casual racism never hurt anybody. Because if you do it the right way, you're pointing a finger at the issue as opposed to pointing the finger at the person.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't see a problem then.
I think sometimes I get it wrong. I'll admit that, but I do. It's just like, look at the issue.
That's one of those things, though. Nobody's ever going to be perfect, but we don't have to vilify somebody for their entire life for making a poor decision in creativity versus, walking up to somebody and being a complete asshat. Because we got to remember there is a difference,
That is the funny thing, though. You do get these people who say, you said this in 2008.
Yeah. Out of context and everything,
In 1872, your great grandfather did this. Therefore, you're now a cunt.
Yeah. Totally, right?
I'm sorry, you can't say that. Okay. I won't say cunt.
Well, we could switch the address of the channel to the UK and then say to people, "Hey, it's just language," but it's not. I don't know that's going to sell over time. The C word has a harsh landing for some in North America.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about other cultures in general, but I know over here, wow, you can get in trouble.
Well, let's face it, a good kick in one really is a harsh landing. So.
Oh, that's the great debate.
Well, that's the funny thing, because when we use the terminology over here, it's never referring to a lady biological area. Yeah,
but it doesn't matter over here if you.
I understand. I'm just saying it's always relating to a person, and I don't understand. I must admit, I don't understand why that correlation between someone who's very, very not very nice is now related to a lady biological part. I don't understand that.
Yeah, either. I'm not sure how that happened, but we also have that, the word fag for you is a cigarette, and for us, not so much. Well,
fag meant both things over here too. It's just like, I don't understand.
That's odd. That's odd.
Yeah.
How do you have a duality in that one, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can get pretty confused if you're late night in an after hours club and somebody says, well, I'm going to go out and have a fag. Well, you don't really know what they're going to do then, do you?
Actually thinking about it, I think I might have been wrong, because I'm not too sure. I think fag in that terminology you're using did come across from America later on in years. Because
I would figure it was stuffed on you, right?
Yeah, because in the 1940s and 50s, you go, oh, I'm feeling a bit queer. I'm going out for a fag. It's like, what?
That made this whole thing worse.
Because of if you said that in the 1950s in the UK, you go, oh yes, the gentleman's going outside. Yeah, he's feeling a bit uneasy. He's going outside for a cigarette. Yes, quite fine. He's also a homosexual.
See, now I would literally stand up at that point. Pause this movie. I'm so confused.
That's one of the things. That's one of the things I love about watching really old movies. It's just the use of language could
like when they say queer little fellow is he, and it's just like, nah, that's not how it works, man.
I'm gonna bastardize this because there was a film, I can't remember the gentleman's name. It was like, Matthew Quivers. He was at the Department of Queer Events. It's basically like kind of like X-Files sort of thing, but instead of the FBI and looking into the supernatural, no, it's the Ministry of Queer Events.
Oh man, can you imagine if you posted that in a torrent site right now? A whole whack of people would get excited about a new show and then be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, we gotta change the name of this show. Queer events in the world today.
Oh man,
world's queerest news on the 42 show.
Yeah. Oh man, you'd have to come on like doing that replace who you are as like Walter Cronkite or something, you know what I mean? Coming in interlaced video, black and white, you know. Yeah, there's some funny things that didn't carry over well when you watch things back, you know. I mean, do you really think the guys from Leave It to Beaver foresaw the filth in the line? Ward, you were pretty hard on the beaver last night. You know, they didn't see that coming.
Or maybe they did. They're just like snickering in the production department. You go, you know what? Yeah. You know what? 30 years time, you just wait.
Funny.
We'll have a whole new thing going on on what's going to be called social media.
You wonder, was the pearl necklace symbolic, or was it something she just actually wanted to wear?
Oh, you saying what came first, the chicken or the egg? Yeah. Yes, you look great with a whole load of my jizz around your neck.
Oh God!
I've got to figure out a way how to represent that in some kind of way. I know those little cancer stones that those oysters keep spitting out. I'll string them on a necklace and put it around your neck, and it looks like I've just jizzed on you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, ZZ Top did the song. She wants a pearl necklace. I mean, I'm just. They were probably fans.
I don't think my manufacture of the story really worked, because otherwise it would have just been called a jizzless.
That's funny.
No, we'll let the audience decide that.
Oh, yeah, Bob Doggy gives me a reminder here as well. We're doing a thing where if you find a moment funny, put hashtag timestamp in the live chat, because then we know to use that for shorts and clips on social media and stuff. We've got to get a little bit better at advertising the things around here, so because we're shitty at that.
So you're saying you want to have jizzless as a little short.
Isn't that fake licorice shit in a fucking bag? Jizzlers? Isn't that what that is?
What?
The fuck is that plastic shit called?
Oh, hey.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. No, I don't know.
They twizzle, they get jizzle, right? You know.
That brings me on to a completely different story. Now, I saw this thing on the late night TV. You know, when you stick it on, you fall asleep and you wake up, and there's like one of those teleshopping ads come on. There was this copperhead hose pipe. Oh, the copperhead hose pipe! You can look it up. You can Google it. It exists. And
sponsored by Fisted.
I don't know. It's the copperhead. Right. So the big claim to the whole thing is, it's got like it's a hose with the end is like a copper thing, right? But is it copper? No, because in the advert it says it's the head, whatever the end they call it, is copper infused with real copper. So that brought me on to two questions. What the fuck is copper? What the fuck is copper infused? Infused into what?
Is that like gold plating? It's just like paint?
Yeah, I don't know. Copper infused, and then it's infused with real copper, as opposed to what that famous fake copper that we have everywhere. I hate fake copper. It's like the worst kind of copper you can. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like, and this was the big thing. It's like, oh yeah. And it's called the copperhead. It's called the copperhead hose. When in actual fact, it's not copperhead. It's not even copper. It's real copper, but it's infused copper. It's real copper. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and what are they infusing in? Like, what's the other metal? Is it like like
Plastic.
Yeah, Holy God.
But the thing is, this was like their big selling point. You named the product after. Why didn't you just make it out of copper? Cheapest fucking chips.
Wait, speaking of chips, we have this thing in Canada. It's been a thing for about 10 years or so. Nobody noticed that it happened, but you can have chocolate chips in an item, and they're real chocolate. But if it says chocolatey, it's fake chocolate.
Yeah. It's like the chocolate you use for making dog chocolate sweets.
To me, chocolatey meant that it was like, not as much, or like less,
Oh, I thought you could start getting racist then.
Been there, done that. Just, but you know what I mean? Falsehoods like that are now allowed by law.
Yeah.
How is that protecting consumers?
Well, it kind of is protecting consumers because they have to word it so specifically.
But it should be excrement chips. It should be anything but chocolate. You fucking cheap fuck chips, right?
Well, but the thing is like it goes back. Like there's a grand old Scottish soft drink called Iron Brew. It was spelled IRNBRU.
Drunk anally?
It's Iron Brew. I love it. I love the stuff. I can't. It's the drink of the gods. But the funny thing is, they used to, part of their slogan was it was made with girders because it's Iron Brew. It was made with iron. Well, they had to take that off because it wasn't made from girders. It's like, well, why would you sell it like that? Because it was a an orangey looking, rusty colored drink. So it's like, oh, it's made from girders. No, it's not. Yeah, but that's consumer rights kind of like protected in some kind of way. You can't say that anymore. And
I live in an apple orchard area, and when you buy apple juice, you think it's made from apples, the kind you would get. No. It's made from the half-rotten ones that fell on the ground and were stepped on during picking and stuff and finally gathered by some less than minimum wage worker that put them in a raw wooden bin, splinters and all, and they just turned it into juice. It's nasty.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds delicious. That's how it should be.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah. That's how it used to be made, wasps and bugs and all.
Yeah. Earwigs, that's just protein,
Yeah, sounds great.
But I hated learning that because now I have to get proper juices that are a lot more expensive. Or make it, right? I just can't handle that. But to me, fruit juice and stuff is just something you mix with alcohol. So I don't drink a lot anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think fruit juice is basically, came from the idea we can't sell this fucking fruit to anybody. Let's just squash it.
Yeah. It's like
There you go.
yeah, it's like canning, but you can just drink it, right? You know?
Yeah.
It's funny how we call it canning, but everybody does it in jars. You know, up in Canada, they all say they're going to do their canning, and they make jams and pickles and all that stuff, and they put it all in jars.
Ah.
Why is it called canning?
Well, they should be taken to task over that.
You know?
Can't do that.
Yeah. Just a thing. Maybe at one time everybody had like can machines that would crimp their own cans. Not sure I'd trust that. You know, that'd be like the dudes that had the poisoned food up north from the old expedition. Isn't that a story? You know?
I don't know. Sounds like a story. If it isn't a story, it is now.
Yeah, I think it happened. So we'll put it into the record books here.
Yeah. If not, we'll be assigning that to the Shills movies to be made that haven't been written scripts for yet. Is
the Shills version of history because they were too drunk / dumb to look it up.
Yeah, all right. We'll just make it up that way. People can't sue us.
Yeah. You know, we can just have a part that mess in the Middle East, and that skips a few years, and
Yeah. We'll just have a look a bit at the end. At the end, that says all characters and situations in this film are fictitious because the guys were too drunk to actually figure out whether it was real or not. So any similarity is absolutely coincidental. So
yeah. And if you watch this in VR and fell off your balcony, it's not our fault. It could happen. We got to cover our bases, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you were watching while trying to make an emergency landing back home from the ISS because Boeing let you down, it's not our fault.
Thing is, if we do this, Dick, we're going to have extremely long credits. I mean, we're going to start changing the credits to the end of the show. You know, if you are, masturbating with a cobra and you do get, bitten, it's not our fault. It's not our responsibility.
Not our fault. We didn't suggest it. We just found it funny, right? There's a difference.
The fact that the cobra was wearing a Shills t-shirt at the time got nothing to do with it.
You know what? I got the idea already. What we'll do is we'll just run the credits over the entire thing from start to finish. Right? Come and watch the credits, people.
Yeah. With all our disclosures and we'll have to do that thing where you have like really, really super small text. read the small print.
We'll put it on ultra definition Blu-ray, and it'll come with a little magnifier thing you can put on the TV, and you just go like this. Read it quick as it goes by.
It will be like that bit at the end of Willy Wonka when he's going to the contract written on the wall.
Foreskin?
No, you're talking about a different Willy Wonka.
Sometimes it's just a reaction, right? You can't really help it.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah, probably not. But what?
Yeah, well, the only time you had a reaction, you had to get some cream for it, but that's a different story.
I swear I was concerned, you know. Shit hadn't moved in years, man. Let me just check all the little services that I have to update and stuff in the background. You can't trust any websites these days. On Saturday, right before the Ukraine show, this voice service we're using right now completely fell apart, and we had to go to Microsoft Teams, which doesn't give me the controls I like to really make sure everybody has their voice right up in the mix and all that anal audio crap.
And it's Microsoft, and you hate them.
That is part of the issue. But it drove me crazy. And then during Teams, we couldn't get the inner meeting live chat to work and stuff. We couldn't, it wouldn't work either. Everything was falling apart. It was crazy. You know, is it that much to ask that instead of always working on the next damn upgrade so you can have some new marketing term to throw at me, you instead get your people to just solidify the code base and get it tighter. That's what we really want. Everybody's sick. It's 2024. How fucking hard can it be? Make shit work, guys. Fuck.
Oh, well, there's another way we could do it. We could just do the Ukraine update with just you and me.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny. So,
what happened? What happened to Ukraine, Dunk? I don't know. Some stuff and things.
Yeah, no, we'd need some assistance there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, talking of which, you primed the thumbnail with some news. Did you want to?
What was the thumbnail? I can't even remember.
Well, you fucking created it.
No, you sent me the thing. I just put shit on top of it.
No.
What is it? I don't even remember.
Something about Putin with balls. You got to have balls this big or something.
Oh yeah, and I think in the title it says something like
Independence Day in Kursk.
Yeah, Kursk has a taste of Ukrainian freedom. It's about the incursion.
I'm saying you better give the audience a bit of a you give them what they came for.
Come for that. It's PubChat, you moron.
Otherwise, you're just doing a Simon Whistler.
No. I'm not stupid enough to have that much fuzz on the end of my chin.
Well, you're not Muslim enough.
Yeah. Oh, I could be easy, But when you got long hair and you got a beard, it all gets stuck together and stuff. It's freaking annoying.
You could just pull it forward and just tie it around your chin.
I'm not sure that would be a thing that I would want to do.
I don't think you'd fit into the Taliban very well.
Yeah. We've
has anybody seen that latest AC/DC album? What?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So guns up for the day. Who's going to the pub? Right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah.
I get gray hair in the beard too. So the longer I let it grow, the older I look. As soon as I trim it down, I don't look as old, right? So I don't think a beard is in my future until this all goes gray. And then I'll just be like, oh, fuck, who cares?
I think I've been gray for about 20 years, I think.
Oh, wow. Yeah, not me so much.
I thought I was the one that was making you turn grey.
Well, that could be a part of it,
God damn it! What's he going to say next?
But considering lifestyle and everything, and and whatnot, I got pretty lucky. Still got a hairline and all. You
got the little fishes behind you, so you can look at that, relax. Your hair's just about to start going grey. You turn around, look at the fish, and it goes, "No, today I won't go grey."
Go full Charlie Brown and get retroflective.
Yeah, get relaxed, and or maybe it's just the boot polish you keep rubbing into your hair. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can see me with all the motivation I have in life doing anything like that.
That is funny. That is funny. You blokes who do put that kind of like black hair dye into there, and it just looks so not real.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I've seen toupees look more real than the people with that black dye.
PJ CNET in the chat says just for men. That's just what I was going to say. You can buy these little comb infuse the dye things, and you're supposed to do like your sideburns and whatnot. Yeah, and
it's basically mascara.
Yeah. As soon as you do, you just stand out as this guy that clearly has two colors, right? It's just unbelievable, man.
I've never understood that. Why it can be so black that it just doesn't look like that natural black hair anymore.
Yeah,
it's so wrong.
I don't
understand.
I don't get it either. Like
after all these years of all those those beautician technician type people, and they still haven't got it right. It's like
I mean, you can go and buy a fancy car and they'll custom fit you to the seat and whatnot. So why isn't there a company out there that will actually like scan the color of your head and give you a custom thing that would actually work from then on. I mean, to me,
just get a wrap.
If I was an asshole, I'd make it a subscription service.
Let's get on it. Let's get on to our business. We need to have business people behind us. We need to have
Google is monitoring everything we do. Within a month, there's going to be a company doing this. Oh,
Damn
man.
Damn it.
Look what I just did. I'm sorry, everybody. Here,
Yeah,
let me educate you on a thing. We still got a fundraiser going here for Annette on the Shills account here. She lives in tornado hell. Her place was within blocks of taking real damage this year already. It's stressful. It's hell. Just look at the picture. It looks like the same sort of thing you see videos of people when they're going just about to show a clip that's happening in Ukraine. Yeah. Explosion. Oh yeah. And this is all she wakes up in the morning. Oh, okay. I got 2.5-3 days of cleanup to do, running into the basement, hiding by the big beam, to see if it can support and everything, So yeah, here, I'll give you the link because I'm probably still that useful. There we go. And there's the GoFundMe. Trying to get her out of there as fast as we can. I would be sorted. There's no way I could live where, we have another tornado rolling through. It's only been 15 days. I'd be like, seriously, there's I'm gone, right? No way. I can't imagine that.
Now, I do have.
Why do people even live there?
I do have a really nice windbreaker. Maybe I could send that out and she should peg it out on the ground and just deflect.
Put it up like a scarecrow and it'll probably defend the town, right?
Yeah. Just put an effigy of me on a stick.
Yeah. Okay. And now that's a visual I could use for
wrong reason, Miss Wilson. Wrong reason.
But yeah, I don't understand it. If the idea of living there is for farming and stuff, because that seems to be what people do, why don't they all live underground and just pop up, up a little driveway with their tractors and stuff and go and farm and then live underground? Why do you have to keep rebuilding your home and all that? Just,
Yeah. Just go round the entire area with a massive circular saw. Just cut it into a big circle and then put an axle through the middle of it and then just flip it, spin it upside down.
Right.
When the tornadoes come. So everything's all...
Most things in life are mail order these days. So, Walmart and Amazon just need a couple of planes. They just fly in every couple of days, drop your shit off, you pop out of your little gopher hole home and, but it just makes more sense to me. Why be overexposed in an area that wants you dead? I don't get it. There's nothing that would make me move to, we get hurricanes every so often or tornadoes area. What the hell? Why are you people there? I don't get it.
They might as well just import all the animals from Australia there as well. Because, at least all the animals want to kill you as well.
Make it,
along with the weather. Make it interesting.
Who will win tonight on, Yeah,
gladiator.
Yeah, it's the kangaroo versus the tornado.
You use the kangaroo to beat up all the sharks that are coming out of the tornadoes.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sharks ate all the crocodiles.
Yeah, there's a bunch of areas in in North America that are prone to this, and we seem to want to live in them, or people that live right at the bottom of an active volcano. Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, there's a lot of places in America that are always close to disaster. They all talk about the San Andreas fault. They talk about
But you can't just move Los Angeles now. We fucked up. We're stuck, right? You know.
Well, you can move it just into the ocean. And you got the Yellowstone Park as well, which is the massive caldera underneath that. But people predict that when that goes off, it's just like end over civilization.
Isn't that where Woody dies when it blows up? Right?
What? Who's Woody?
Woody Harrelson.
I see.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Woody Woodpecker. I don't remember that episode.
That movie 2012.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
terrible. Yeah. God.
Well, that didn't happen, did it?
Oh, God, that movie was awful.
Hey, it wasn't awful.
It was terrible. Have you ever rewatched it?
Yeah.
Really?
It wasn't terrible. It's just one of those kind of movies. It's just like it's just what he does. Can't remember the fucking name now. Skipped off the top. Just slid off the top of my head there. I had it on the tip of my tongue, and it's just gone now.
That's like watching a Rob Schneider movie for the second time. Like, who would do that?
Well, to be fair, I have never watched a Rob Schneider film for the first time. So
if you tied me down and taped my eyes open, I would find a way to mentally kill myself just to make sure I didn't watch that movie. Just shut down your heart. Shut down your heart, and it would happen because there's no way.
What was that series he came out with recently, which is like a Star Wars ripoff? It's like he wants to make Star Wars, but he wasn't allowed. So he came up with a totally new franchise. And what was that called? And it didn't go down very well. It's like
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was called. Again, I had it on the tip of my tongue, but it's gone.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even got the show because it seemed that the entertainment world was just kind of done with him, He was funny on Saturday Night Live, but having him lead a movie was just way too much of him. It was too much.
I've seen him.
Oh, yeah, I can't be bothered. It's not going to happen. No.
So I'm just trying to look up the.
I'd rather book an appointment at the proctologist.
Hang on. Are we talking? Hang on. Are we talking about the same person, Rob Schneider or Roy Schneider? I think we might be talking on cross purposes. Yeah, Rob Schneider.
Yeah, the little puke.
Yeah, no, that's not who I was thinking of.
You thinking of Roy Schneider, 2010, the year we make contact? Isn't that his name? There's a revolting moment in that movie. The kid takes a dead fish out of a bucket and feeds the dolphin because they have a little spot to swim into the house, and then runs over to the kitchen table and starts having supper. No washing of hands or anything. I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh my God. It's revolting. God. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out what the
Don't stay muted for 5 seconds and then go, ugh.
I'm just trying to think what my fucking brain is thinking of. It's just, I'll tell you.
Got Pornhub on the other screen?
I'm getting a cognitive test soon because I think I'm fucking going.
You should debate Biden and see it,
No, I don't need to debate him. I think I just know by myself. This is my brain functions are just falling apart. I'm just trying to think how to Google to try and find out what I'm talking of.
You put your hands on the keyboard.
No, I'm just trying to think about the connections. Hang on. What's that? No, you carry on.
I've already forgot what we were talking about. You've taken so fucking long.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I give up. I seriously give up.
Okay. So thinking's not your strong suit tonight. We'll just stick to reacting.
No, I'm kind of worried that thinking isn't my strong suit at all anymore. It's just like, it's just it. The thing is, you know, when you try to make connections and you can, I connect the person I'm talking about to that film. Now, what the fucking hell was that film called? I can't remember what the name of that film was called. Oh, I make a connection to something else. Oh no, that's gone as well. And
it's called being drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Well, I gave you the excuse, but you're the one that slapped it against the wall. So keep going.
No, I'm seriously starting to get concerned about myself. I might be the worst bloody host you can have on this show. Just be like a gibbering jelly in the background.
We're going to have to get Annette to start working as an agent for sponsors, because maybe we could get AG1 and we could fire his cranium back into gear.
Oh, you can get CF to come round and stick her hand up my bum and puppeteer me and do the voice. you might have to do that. We'll just get her on and I'll let her control.
Hey, hold on. It says she just left the private Discord. Wait a minute here. Oh, so where are we here? Oh, okay, we're coming on 2 hours already. Oh, interesting. All right, I have to watch because I do have to do something about feeding supper to Mr. Schnitzel there.
Fish.
Yeah,
that's what we call him.
Yeah, we have.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah,
Zack
Snyder.
Zack
Snyder is the name. Zack Snyder. He's the director of 300. Okay.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
and that's right. And the series he brought out is called Rebel Moon.
Zack Snyder. He's the guy that was very controversial about his direction with the whole DC movie thing.
Yeah, and they ended up releasing the Snyder Cut, which was nobody really fucking cared about.
Well, there was things it was somewhat better about, but the original cut did do better in the music now and then. It was just a little bit more Michael Bay. It was just,
But let's be realistic. You were talking about Rob Schneider, the guy who was on the
little nerdy dude, making copies.
It was on Saturday Night Live, And while you're talking about that, I'm thinking of Zack Snyder,
who was
not on SNL at all. That's why I said I can't imagine him being on SNL because he wasn't.
Oh, that guy. Isn't he one of the Oh no, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, okay. He kind of looks like one of the guys that played a Cylon in Battlestar Galactica. The Leoben guy.
No, he's a director. He's a director.
Yeah.
But he made this series called Rebel Moon recently, which is completely bombed. And it was an attempt to like steal up a Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah, that's the point that was the point I was trying to get to about half an hour ago. So
Rebel Moon sounds more like an anime. Oh, we got a shout out. I want to make sure we don't miss out here because that would suck. Rose Rowley. What?
Is it for the Brain Fund?
No, but maybe it should be. So we'll see. This could become the AG1 fund. We'll have to see if we can get a sponsorship now. We got to help Dunk because pretty soon he won't be able to tie his shoes. And if he can't go and get a box of wine. And so, But yeah, Rose put in a message here. You are the best, Shills. Oh, thanks, Rose. Thank you very much. See, I told you I had to get that one in.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Bob McKenzie, and this is my brother Doug.
Oh, you wish. You wish it was that good. Yeah, I wish it was that good. I'll be much more fun watching it back.
Oh, all I need is like a little Coleman stove so I could fry up some back bacon. I got the beers going. We could do this. So I think we are at wrap up time because I only got an hour till supper tops and I still have to do some prep work and whatnot. I have to actually kick it into gear here.
How long does it take you to order pizza?
I'm not doing that tonight. We did that yesterday, and I'm not. I won't let the whole weekend become ordering and stuff. No way. Yeah. We got a pork tenderloin out, and I'm gonna make a home baked mac and cheese and some broccoli and cheese sauce, and just turn it into everything Felix loves to eat. It'll be good. But let's say thanks to everybody, right? Why don't you go first?
Thanks, everybody. Well, we got all the crew, the team tonight. We had PJC night. We have a Nat, Shayna Coldwell, and Chris Lundy, Crazy Cat, and Super Chat Matt, and also somebody called Dick Dawson. I have to thank him as well.
I wouldn't do that. It's probably not worth your time. And we should thank everybody who super chats and donates and members up and just helps support the channel and the cause for Ukraine, because it all helps so much. And even though I really don't like doing this part, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button, because hit that share button and put us out on a different form of social media like Twitter or something like that. And if it brings a viewer over, YouTube goes crazy. They love that. It makes us look cool. So
now you got to think of a really stupid way that people can share us out in some way.
I would design a custom line of sexual toys and put at the Shills on them. So that if you want to do your part to help spread the word, sex toys, that's where it's at.
Put it on the end of the shaft, not at the bit of the tip, because you want to read it while you're using it. Not.
Yeah, and don't get the whole URL. Otherwise, that's a specific order item, right? Just use at the Shills. Let's, keep it for everybody. Okay. Before it gets any worse, good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Good night, everybody. Good night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. See you Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Keep your stick on the ice.
Keep your dick in the ice. Stay chilly.